Hello everyone, we're back and we're starting right where we left off last time. And I was finishing this coaster station, so doing some detailing, placing a few more columns, and it just looks so good placing these around. And then I believe I will make some custom windows. Yeah, here we go. And I actually had to do it twice because where the wall was placed on this one is slightly different from the other ones. It is really so much fun though to make these custom windows. Just try different shapes and different windows, just stacking them up on top of each other. And yeah, it sometimes takes some time, and I don't know why I deleted it here, but I think I wanted to try something else first. But that was the window I was going for. And because a lot of these buildings look the same and it's all in the same color scheme, so making different kind of windows just really adds something different to every building. Placing them all around and it's starting to look like something. A building looks so weird if it has no windows. But yeah, like I said, I had to make it again because this wall is a little bit different placed from the others. But yeah, so I said I didn't want to start a new park, and that was mainly because in the transition from Alpha 1 to Alpha 2, we didn't really get so much new stuff that we could make a whole new theme park in a whole different style, and I had no clue of what to expect for this one. Also, I never thought I could finish this park in time, but I really buckled down and I got it done actually. I did nothing else the last 5 days with my spare time than play Planet Coaster and edit, like literally nothing else. I haven't even slept that much either because I was just on a roll, full on build mode, and my voice is disappearing bit by bit. I don't know if you can hear it, but because I was just so determined to get this done, and maybe not that smart to give up some sleep for this, but I just had to, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. After watching all these live streams, and I didn't even know that we would get 3 live streams for 4 days, and I watched them all and I absolutely loved everything, and it was really cool to see everyone there. And um, it just got me so excited for Planet Coaster, like all over again. And it just really brought something out in me, like I was like a building machine. But yeah, I will probably talk a little bit more about Alpha 3 in a little bit. But first, I wanted to say that I did say that I will start a new series very soon with The Sims 4. But that is going to have to wait a little bit until I get started with the new park in Planet Coaster. But yeah, I had so much fun getting this all done, to see my plans become reality, and I did have to make some compromises to actually get this done in time. So I did decide that I would close off the cave and I won't do a mine coaster anymore because that would take so much time. That was a thing that would definitely take like 3 episodes to set that all up and make a cave system and wooden supports and lights, and that would have been fun, and that is definitely something I would like to try in the future. I don't know when, of course, because there will be a lot to do first with the new fantasy theme, which I'm crazy about. I love that kind of style. I'm actually really happy to see that even in the fantasy theme there is different stuff there. So you have like the fantasy, kind of like the farm fantasy style, but also the gothic fancy fantasy style, and I really love that. So I'm most definitely going to do something with that first because that is just something that is very close to my heart and my style and my own taste. So I think I could probably make something amazing with that stuff. So that is up first. But I do see in the future where there could be something like a Western theme, which would be very fun to work with as well, and a mine coaster would fit in perfectly there. So that is something I still would like to try in the future. Maybe when the game is fully out, and we'll just have to see what happens and what comes to the full game. And I'm pretty sure there will be something like a Western theme. There always is. So yeah, like I said, the rest of the park is all done and Pirate Haven will not suffer under the excitement of Alpha 3. Not all done with the editing yet. There will be 2 more episodes after this and then I will make a cinematic video very soon to show off this amazing park. I'm quite proud of this for my first real park in Planet Coaster, and yeah, I will start a new park very soon. It might be a week before I start, and because I want to mess around with the new stuff a little bit and think of a concept before I start up something new. And I honestly need to clear my head a little bit after the last days of only having Planet Coaster on my mind and working at finishing this park. Alright, and we actually started working on the last coaster for this park. As you can see, we have so much space here, and it's really a big area to build a coaster on. So that was really great. And like I said, I closed off the cave, so we will only be building over this water area. And now, because I used the roof tiles for water, the supports are not showing up, which is something I really didn't think about. At the end of this episode, I will try something for that, but I will tell you about that a little bit later. But now we get the real water. I'm actually going to try to put that in for the last real-time part where I will show you all that I've done off screen and the progress that we made. Also for the cinematic video, I really just want the real water in here. Oh, and I saw that I didn't actually close the cave off yet at this point, and I guess that is what you get if you work episodes ahead and you have to think back about where you were at this point. But yeah, I just hope that nothing gets all messed up. And I know at the time that we got Alpha 2, I didn't play actually in Alpha 1 yet, but when we got Alpha 2, for a lot of people, the coasters didn't work anymore because of the changes with adding the queue lines that are on the stations itself. Also, I believe there were some issues with the advanced move tool and all kind of rotated objects got all screwed up. And who knows what happens with this part when I update it. And if it's fixable though, I'm very much willing to fix what I can, because I do want this park to be okay for when I upload it, so you guys can take a look for yourselves. And yeah, that is all for a later time though. So as you could see, first I was creating the rough layout for the coaster, and I really find that works best at this point with how the coaster tool works right now at least. And then just go back and smooth everything out and just perfect it all like you see me doing now. And I will go back to it a few times and make it better, and it will look way better than this. So this part of the coaster I will delete a little bit later. I think maybe next episode. Oh no, it's the last one. But I want to build the docks here, and I want the coaster to interact with it a little bit. And it's kind of cool what this coaster does. It takes you on a journey from Skull Island to the Kraken will be in here, of course. And I kind of set up something with a ship fighting the Kraken. So that is kind of cool. A little bit spoiler for the next few episodes. Oh, right, now I'm just closing off the cave here. So now you can see I decided that I shouldn't use that anymore. Actually, something fun will happen with that, and it's a very small detail. But I will place a flat ride in a cave, and you will kind of see a little bit of a inside cave system with the water that is still there, so that is kind of fun. But yeah, like I said, I will do something for the supports. As you can see here, I just noticed when I was making these 2 bigger islands over there that if you raise up the terrain and you lower it down a little bit again, you can actually get the supports to show. But it looks kind of weird because the lower side of the support is now, it feels like it's standing on water. But still, it could be just that it's going out of the water a little bit. But like I said, it really doesn't matter anymore because I already decided that I will put it in the real water. So I don't know how that works, but I assume that the supports will just show up when you place water underneath the coaster, and I think we already saw that as well. I have to say though, I really love coasters and I always have, and when I haven't been on one for a long while, I miss it so much and I actually miss the thrill, you know? But I'm no expert in making coasters in any way whatsoever, and when it comes to building a coaster, I have to say I'm going for a fantasy thing here. That is how I build in general, that is just my style. But when it comes to coasters, I just look for what looks good enough for me personally, because I don't know enough about coasters to make it realistic. And I know some of you guys really care about that. Next to that, I feel that is just me. I feel like this is a game and I want to build things that I want to let my imagination run, and that is the fun part about being creative for me at least. And what I'm excited about though is the new system we'll be getting for Alpha 3, where it tells you when the levels of nausea, fear, and excitement are too low or too high. And that is something that is really going to help me out a lot when I'm building coasters. Also, I'm just really out of practice. The last time I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is a long time ago. And like I said, I always would pick it up again for a little bit, but I didn't really do that much with the coasters in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Of course, I would make one or two every now and then, but I never took it really seriously, and I always focused more on building a whole park and how it would look as a whole. But with this game, it's the first time that I actually feel like I want to know more about how that works. And even though I really like riding coasters, I never really been interested in how it exactly works. And this game is actually pulling that out of me a little bit. I'm starting to get more interested in how that goes, and I want to make somewhat more realistic coasters in the future, maybe for some different things. But most of the time, I just really want to work on something that I think is fun to do. This is a little bit of a fun thing. I thought I would put in some buried treasure over there and a stranded rowboat. But yeah, I'm just working on Skull Island now and make this look like there were some crashed ships and maybe someone set up a little bit of a camp over here, and just making it look like it's been old and here for a while. And yeah, it kind of looks cool when you ride the coaster, and I will show a POV of the coaster at the end of the series, because I really want to finish the series off like that in the last episode. But like I said, it takes you on a little bit of a journey, and you will see all these kind of things happening on it's supposed to be an ocean, of course, but yeah, there's not enough space to make this an ocean. It looks more like a lake, but it just takes you on a journey to all kind of different things that happens on islands and battles on water. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this, and I had so much fun with it because everything just came together for me. And I did pre-plan this part, the bigger parts I pre-planned, not exactly what I would put in it or how it would look exactly, but I knew I wanted this layout from the start. And you could also see that in episode 3 where I did the terraforming, and I already had this planned out, so it was just so much fun to see that everything worked out the way I planned it in the end. So I will be placing a lot of rocks and foliage, a lot of trees, and I will do a lot of that off screen because it's a lot. It's really a lot. But for the most part, my PC has been holding up great, I must say, and it has to, because it's pretty good. It's not like I have Titans or anything, but it's pretty good. Osira and I built it almost 2 years ago, I believe, so at this time it still works really good. Even though technology progresses so fast, it could already use an upgrade. Not necessary, but if you like these kind of things, it's always something you want. And yeah, for the people who like specs, I have an MSI motherboard C87 G45. My video card is an Asus GTX 760, and my processor is a Intel i7 4770K 3.5 gigahertz, and I have 8 gigs of RAM, which I will upgrade to 16 very soon. Wow, that was a mouthful. And no, I don't know those by heart. I'm really bad at remembering number sequences, so I had to look that up for a little bit. But yeah, I do ask a lot of my PC, so I do need to upgrade to 16 gigs of RAM. So here you do see me putting in a lot of trees, and I want to show you some parts of it. I really try to find a balance between what I should show and what I shouldn't show, because a lot of it is repetition, and when I watch YouTube series like these, I really don't like if it's too much repetition. I'm a really curious person, so somewhere I do want to see all of it, but it can get a little bit tedious, and I just want to show you the important parts, and I will do that. So here at least you can see how I build up these denser kind of jungles, and yeah, it looks really good. It really feels like it's overgrown. Like I said, that is what I wanted, and definitely in the last episode you will see that I finished off everything and made a lot of parts really feel like it's really dense jungle. So this was also fun to do because we had all these kind of objects for the pirate style, and a lot of things you could do a lot of stuff with, but because I planned the park this way, some objects really had to wait until they could fulfill their ultimate purpose, and that is these kind of things. And I tried to put a cat in there, but it fires. It's an animatronic, so that kind of looks weird. But yeah, I'm just finishing off the cave here, and give it some sand and rock textures so it looks better, and yeah, adding a lot of little objects, and just keep adding those trees and rocks. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it really does pay off. When you see the end result, it's so worth it. It's really amazing to see how much foliage can do, and how much rocks and little things like that. It just makes it look so real. Also here on these little islands, just adding these trees and plants, it just makes it look so finished and real. And I think I put a mermaid statue in here somewhere very soon. I do really feel like I miss a few things, like the pirate animatronics, and I would have loved mermaids. It just adds something special to a theme when you have fantasy creatures like the Kraken. That one is amazing, and the dragons in Alpha 3, I really do love dragons. But yeah, how I want mermaids for the pirate theme, I would also really love fairies for the fantasy theme, and it would just be so amazing if we would have witches, dragons, fairies and more, and just could base whole sections on a species or something, and just build around that and make whole areas where they would live. And yeah, you could make awesome parks like that. I would really like something like that. And could you imagine you could just build a horror theme park with vampires and zombies and stuff like that, you know? It could literally go anywhere with this game, and who knows what we will get in the end. For now, I will just be making one themed parks until the game fully releases on the 17th of November. And after that, I will most likely start doing a park like Disney, where you have the different themes, and like most parks, of course. But I do want to take inspiration from Disneyland, where you have the main street and a castle, and it's probably the same for Disney World, but I haven't been there. But just having the main street and the castle, and where it splits off in different directions for different themes, and I will just do my own thing with that, but I will probably use that for the main layout at some point. Yeah, that would be something really fun to do, something I actually haven't really done yet. Most of the time I just focus on one theme, and I did that with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 as well. And I really don't know why. It's just something I did as a kid, and it maybe just stuck a little bit like that. So yeah, now we will actually put in a flat right here, the octopus, and I thought it would be fun to place it in the water. It's an octopus, so it should be in the water. Now I think about it, I really don't know if that is going to be a problem when I actually add the real water. I don't think so. It's on support, so it it should be able to be on the water like this. And yeah, just messing around with the path again, it just is really finicky at this point, but I already saw they made a lot of improvements to that already, and I imagine they will keep at it until the game fully releases. If you've seen the live stream, you could just see how much effort they put in to get every little detail in there that they want and that we want, because they really do listen to the things that we suggest, and I have nothing more than respect for that. It's just great to see they love the game as much as we do, and that is partly because they love it so much, you know? It's something you can see and feel, and it makes the game actually really a lot more special because of that. And yeah, and that is almost it for this episode. We have 2 more minutes, I think, before I run out of footage. So next episode I'm going to focus mostly on finishing the town part. And after that I will put in some more flood rides. That is episode 12. I will put in some more flood rides and finish everything off. And I will show everything that I've done off screen. And I will just tell you everything that you have missed, which is not a lot. It's just, like I said, it was a lot of foliage and a lot of rocks and paths and things that I just needed to finish, and something that is not that interesting to watch, I feel, and you will get to see everything else, of course. So yeah, just like I said, a lot of rocks. And at this time I still didn't have any issues at all with the way my PC was running, so it was holding up great. And so is my voice, I must say. I was really scared that it would just disappear at the end of this episode, and thankfully it's still here, but I do need to rest my voice soon. So yeah, I'm just really happy with how fast I could get this done, and it was really some kind of test for me as well in pushing myself in how far I could get, and how fast I could build and produce episodes for the future, you know. I do want to keep doing this, and I really enjoy doing this, and I just want to keep improving if I can. So yeah, adding the Kraken, oh, that just finishes it off so nicely, this area. And I did save it for the end because I just felt like that would be a great way to finish this episode, to put the Kraken in. And I had to adjust here and there so you wouldn't see the structure underneath, like here. And yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will probably upload some of these episodes a little bit faster now that I actually already made them. I just need to finish editing them. But first I want to do an Alpha 3 episode where I will show you guys everything that is new. But I will bring them out as fast as I can, and you can expect them a little bit sooner than a week. So if you like this video, you can show your support by subscribing or leaving a comment, liking the video. That is always a great way. So thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.